Well, as we have been mentioning, President Trump appears to have earned points with critics last night after delivering a more optimistic message.
CBS News contributor Frank Luntz watched the address with a panel of California voters. Boy, did they quickly get fired up over the immigration issue.
There is no issue more divisive in America today than immigration policy. Ask 21 people what they think, you're going to get 21 different answers. And that's exactly what we did with our voter group in California. Let's take a look.
There has to be a filter for the good immigrants and the immigrants that come here to sell drugs or to take advantage of the system.
Does Donald Trump offend you when he talks about this?
No, because I'm from Costa Rica. And even in Costa Rica, we have a big talk about illegal immigration. And we want to also secure our borders more. So it makes sense what he's saying here. Because you have a big influx of people that come here just to take advantage.
You know, generally,
I appreciate because I'm Latin, that doesn't mean that I'm a criminal. And he's not. If I'm not a criminal, why would I include myself into that?
But to come in this country illegally, you are a criminal. Yeah. You have entered this country illegally. We have laws here. We have quotas in America. There is a quota for every country in this world on how many people can come into this country. And if you violate those quotas, you are breaking the law. Exactly. For the country you say you love. But why don't you come in here like everybody else? Did you come in here legally?
But most people don't come in.
Did you come in here legally?
Yes.
Yes. You should be ashamed of the individuals who get in here who don't come in here illegally.
Thank you.
I will say generally, Mexico and Nigeria or anywhere else for that matter.
Generally, I did support the president's.
Come in just as a visiting. They don't cross over in the middle of nowhere. I appreciate that. That's fine. But it doesn't mean a wall is going to stop that. A wall is not going to stop people getting on an airplane.
One thing I generally do support.
I do.
And nobody comes into your house.
You've got to separate these issues. Here we talk about visa extension. Here we talk about, do we want a wall? Here, and then we're talking about 11 million people. What do we do with them? Yes, they came here illegally. But you know what? A lot of them, let me just finish. A lot of them are being very, very productive in our society. And these are people who I want to be citizens. I want to live with them.
She said you're looking about jobs in the inner city, and it's a fact. If you work in the construction trades or in the service industry, illegals take those jobs away from people who need them.
You used to be a cop, correct?
Still am.
Still am. Does our immigration system as it is now constructed give you peace of mind, or does it give you anxiety?
No, it gives me anxiety.
Because?
We allow unfettered access across our borders, and it's not stopped. And when those people, when illegals cross into our country, they're breaking our laws. We are a country of laws. You see the peaceful transfer of power. That's what America is.
Will a wall make us safer?
It will slow us. It will slow it down significantly. We build walls because they work.
But the current wall is being.
He's a cop. He's a cop. This is his life on the line. Do you not think he makes a good argument?
I think he makes a good argument, but I think the change is going to happen with immigration reform. We have laws on the books already. We need to enforce it like any other country. I get that. But building a wall for billions and billions of dollars is not going to slow down the process, the immigration process.
Israel was getting a lot of deaths.
Okay, but we're not having a conversation about the Middle East. We're talking about 90 miles
is the wall.
where we are right now, not 5,000 miles away. I want to focus on where we are right now.
I will tell you, I generally agree with this immigration, but one thing that did give me concern was him talking about shifting to a merit-based immigration system. American history is filled with stories of people who came here with nothing. They worked hard, and they contributed, and they made something out of themselves. So that's one part I would disagree with.
Yeah, and look at our ancestors or people who came here as immigrants from Ellis Island and started out like a melting pot and really wanted the American dream.
Legal immigration.
And, well, okay, but I still think we should be a melting pot.
Neither would Donald Trump's parents. Why are you playing?
What is the moral message of a wall?
I mean, the thing is, I'm not saying that there doesn't need to be a wall. There are other priorities. You telling me you can get so upset about there not being a wall, but a child in Flint, Michigan does not have clean drinking water.
And if someone is the victim, as he showed right there, that family was a victim of illegal immigration You don't think that matters?
I think it matters. I do think it matters. I also think homegrown terrorism matters. I didn't see any of the family from the Charleston massacre. I didn't see any of those people, okay? So I'm not saying that it doesn't matter. I don't agree with we need to build a wall right now. We don't have clean drinking water.
There's one more aspect of this that is relevant, which is you've got a travel ban now from 6 countries in the Middle East.
Muslim ban.
Do you support that ban or not?
Yes.
Who supports it? Raise your hands. Who opposes it? Raise your hands. Once again, we're split. What's interesting is that the media was very critical of Trump for doing it, and yet every poll shows support for it. Why is that?
Don't call it a ban. Call it extreme vetting. Then people would feel a lot more comfortable.
Even if it's
you think it's language?
I do. I absolutely do.
Even if it's extreme vetting, the fact that he chose those 7 countries, we all know he said, oh, well, Obama said this. Well, those countries that you chose are not even the countries where the terrorists came from.
No.
Go ahead. Hold on.
Yes, they
Go
are.
ahead.
Those 7 countries are where the terrorists are originated from, and
No, that's not.
yes, they are.
That's not true.
Why do you think
They made a list of 70 that came from those countries.
Why did he
One at a
choose
time.
those 7 countries?
Those are the ones.
Why didn't you choose Saudi Arabia? Saudi Arabia is responsible for September 11th.
But
They have
they're
a working
they're
government
just as
that
much
can
of a
vet.
Muslim country.
Stop. What is it about this issue?
Because it's against a religion.
It is not. There's more religions. There's more Muslims in other countries than just those 7 countries.
Look at this.
But why can't he ban the
Stop.
countries where he has interest? How about that?
Right.
Why can we not have a civilized conversation about immigration and not tear each other apart?
You can't have a civilized conversation in this country about anything anymore. Civility's out the window.
And you know what? And this is
we're not calling each other names. This is a civilized conversation.
you
We're
have
getting loud.
Then your
but we're not
definition of civilized is a lot different than mine.
Everyone is. We have strong feelings.
So what if everyone's got strong feelings? I got strong feelings.
Because strong feelings don't make us uncivilized.
Well, they can't be heard because you're all talking at the same time. Make no mistake, even if they agree with the principles and even if they agree with the hoped for outcome, the specifics of immigration are going to continue to divide this country, and we're going to have conversations just like that one across the country. Back to you.
You know, Vlad, I always find it so fascinating. Every time he does these focus groups, you learn so much about just how passionate both sides are.
Absolutely.
And the issues that they really, really care about.
Yeah, and you see that. You see how passionate they are, and what that one woman was saying to Frank, which is just because we feel strongly about this doesn't make us uncivilized, it just makes us passionate.
Yeah.